Hi, welcome back to the Wilson Whiteboard. This is Eli Wilson, and today we're going to talk about the need to find balance in your own personal development. And we're trying out a new microphone today, so let me know if you feel that the sound is better. I know that I had some issues with the way I was recording before. So here we're looking at something that you've probably seen in Eastern culture. If ever you've eaten, for example, at Panda Express, you may have seen this. This governs the philosophy behind the recipes at Panda Express, and they refer to that philosophy a lot of the time as harmony. For example, sweet and sour together, or spicy and mild, hot and cold. There's a lot of different things that the idea is the opposites. And I'm going to refer to it today as the yin-yang, or the harmony symbol. And we're going to talk about careers and what it's like to be on both sides and where you want to be on this symbol in order to optimize your personal development. Why do we care about personal development? Well, if you followed our last video, we discussed that personal development and how you improve your character is proportional to how influential you are. And that allows you to have a greater impact, not just in your own career, to steer your own ship to go where you want to go, but also to help other people do that and to leave a lasting impact, something that's greater than just what pays for your mortgage and what pays for your groceries, for example. So here on the left, this lighter side, the yin side, it's characterized by order, tradition, by structure, security. You get the idea. Career paths over here might include an engineer, CPA, government workers, for example, anything that's really process based. This is how we've done it before. This is our approved method, or anything that's really measured and highly accountable. So here you have low risk, low reward, and you have really high accountability. So for example, if an engineer is going to put in an 8-hour day, a lot of the time those hours down to the 15-minute or sometimes even tighter than that have to be allocated to specific projects and specific accounts. Over here on the yang side, we have, it's characterized by freedom, by creativity, and I'm going to write chaos, but by that I really just mean the lack of structure. So you don't have that structure side over there. And over here, for example, you're going to have artists. Sorry, I'm spelling a little funny. I've got a new baby at home and my mind gets fried early now. Artists, you've got musicians. You also have any salesperson. Business owners can be over here, you can consider, because one of the big things that you have over here is time freedom. And so accountability is really low. I'm just going to abbreviate that now. Your risk is high, but also your reward can be high. Or you can achieve your reward much faster over here. Now let's grab a couple of images just so that we make sure that we know that we're all on the same page here. I brought in a couple of characters that are going to help me explain this. We've been watching some Christmas movies, and so from the movie The Santa Claus 2, you have Father Time over here. You also have Mother Nature. And these would be the sides that they belong on with regard to this harmony symbol. So the tradition side, the here's how we've done it before, all of that is over here with Father Time. The carve your own path, break the mold, do something new, that's all over here on the Mother Nature side. You'll notice that in the symbol, it looks like it's rotating, and these two sides trade places, but you'll also notice that within each side, you have this. You have over here where you feel like you're secure. The security side is over here on the lighter side, the yin side. There's also some element of chaos. A person can lose their job, they can get into a big accident, there can be, you've all heard stories of somebody who felt like their life was very stable and secure, and suddenly it was shattered and reality struck. The same is true over on this side. So here you feel like you have total freedom, but if you don't apply some accountability, some structure, your freedom can destroy yourself. For example, a business owner who's not accountable to anyone but themselves can easily lose days, have lost days, lost weeks. If you decide that you don't feel like going into work today and there's no one to hold you accountable, it's really easy to allow that day to turn into 5 or 10 or a month or 2. And before you know it, the needs of life, being able to pay that mortgage and pay those groceries, just crush you. And so there has to be some accountability and some order, some structured approach. I'm going to bring in one more picture. I don't know if you're familiar with who this man is. His name is, well, let's see, where can we put him? Maybe I'll zoom out slightly. This is Dr. Jordan Peterson. My favorite quote that he says, Jordan B. Peterson, is that the meaning of life is found in the adoption of personal responsibility. Go off and ponder that for an hour. It'll blow your mind. He's a very intelligent man. He was a professor at Harvard. He's a psychiatrist, a psychologist, theologist. He's kind of just basically one of those guys who thinks so much, as you can tell from his picture here. But one of the things that I really liked that he talked about with regard to personal development was that the ideal in this is to have one leg on either side. And so if you can find a way to pull yourself into having a leg on either side, you're going to optimize your growth. The sweet spot is right here, or anywhere along that border. And he gave an example of what that sweet spot might look like. That example that Dr. Peterson gave is a garden. And I really like this because I think it's really simple and easy to visualize. But if you think about, there's my flower. Sorry that it's not prettier. See, I do the engineer thing, right? I'm not the artist. I can't even spell artist. So the garden, while it seems to be very free and very creative and spontaneous, there's an element of order and structure and planning. For example, the spacing of the rows, how much water they get, the sun, the spacing of where each seed is planted and how many seeds go into each spot. Everything on the yin side, the light side over here of a garden, is designed to support the creative notion, the yang side, again, to optimize the chance for that high reward. And the beauty of the garden is when you have that creativity, that spontaneity. You may have also to correct for that at times. So for example, you pound a stake in the ground and you hold up the plant as it's a little bit overly creative and not able to support itself. So there's an interesting balance there between the order, the structure, and the freedom and the creativity. And so my challenge for you is to evaluate yourself. If you feel that you're stuck in your career, and we're going to have another video on something called the Peter Principle that I think will be really beneficial for that concept. But if you feel that you're getting stuck in your career and you want something different and you want to improve yourself more, evaluate, do a little thinking, look at yourself in the mirror and say, am I right here? Am I on the yin side? If so, what can I take over here on the yang side that will pull me in that direction so then I can, again, straddle one foot on either side? The opposite is true too. Do I need more structure? And often it's the thing that you don't like, that you don't feel you're good at, that you need in order to bring yourself into that balance, that sweet spot where you can have the benefit, like Dr. Peterson referred to, of the garden, and you grow the fastest. Again, why do we care about growing the fastest? Because that's the key to influence. That's the key to becoming an inspirational figure that enables you to have a greater impact in your life and in the lives of those around you, and to steer your career where you want to go. Thanks for watching. Join us next time.